Hi friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Today I'm here to do a book review for you of Would I Lie to the Duke by Eva Lee. I was sent this very kindly by Mills and Boon. I am one of the reviewers for this book's book tour, and today being the 22nd of September, it's my day to review this book. So I thought what I would do is instead, before I tell you the story, I want to share with you a couple of quotes that I really liked. The first one here says, "Sex doesn't determine one's intellectual ability any more than one's preference for eel pie." So I thought that was quite interesting. That was a quote from one of the male character of the Duke. The next quote is from Jess, who's our main female character. She says, "I don't like being seen as vulnerable," she blurted, then clamped her lips together as if embarrassed by her outburst. He felt his brows lift. "But you're human. Of course that means sometimes you must be vulnerable." So I really liked those. They were both sort of really interesting quotes from the two main characters. So let me tell you a bit more about them. First person you meet is Jess. Now Jess runs a family business along with her brother and sister. But something happened to that business that it means that it's not running as well as it could be at present. So in order to try and get some money, Jess is now a companion to an elderly, well-to-do lady, and is supposed to be going to London with this lady, but something happens that Jess ends up going on her own for 2 weeks. She decides to use that 2 weeks to try and sell the family's soap, which is what they make, as well as I think they do a bit of farming as well. She wants to try and sell the soaps to some of the big brand shops in London. She keeps they love the product, but it's like, "No, miss, we can't do it. We can't sell it from you." She hears of this group of people called the Bazaar, and she thinks, well, that could be a great place to go. So she goes along, and she's already had sort of, shall we say, an interesting conversation with a man on Bond Street. She goes to this bazaar and ends up having to impersonate a woman, a well-to-do woman, called Lady Whitfield. And what she does is she goes in and she sort of realises that she can't go present things. She has to go in a roundabout manner that she'll get what she wants in the end. But she discovers that she meets this man called Noel, who is the Duke. Now, this story is their blossoming friendship, their romance, as it were, and it also is like how this bazaar works, how sort of, shall we say, the men begin to learn that actually women do have brains, that they are capable of making decisions and, doing things like that. They're not just meant to be patted on the head and going, "There, dear." Jess is a fantastic character. I really liked her. She's spunky. She thinks on her feet. She doesn't stand to any nonsense. She says it as it is and how she feels. Noel is supposedly this Duke that is the boy around town. He's, seen as kind of like a bad boy. But I don't think he is really the bad boy. That's up to you to decide. I actually liked him. I thought he was a really nice character. I will warn you, there is some, shall we say, spicy bits in it. Did I think it needed the spicy bits? Personally, no. I think it could have done with the spicy bits being behind closed doors. So that's a warning. That's one of the things that probably put it down in the ratings for me. Because I'm not a prude. But just sometimes you think it doesn't really need it. You can imagine what's going on. So it but apart from that, it was a really good story. So here are some other this is one of the quotes of Noel's. "I'm collecting pieces of you like a beachcomber, looking for polished stones and beautiful shells. Later when they're home, far inland, they can look at those stones and shells and remember." So you have beautiful phrasing like that throughout this book. It was really well written. The characters were very, very well written. Great plot line, great development of it. and I would thoroughly recommend this. So Mills and Boon, thank you so much for sending me this copy to read. This was my first Ava Lee, and I don't think it'll be my last. I think I'll be picking up more of hers, so I would highly recommend it. It's out now. I hope you go pick it up. If you do, please let me know down in the comments what you thought of it, whether you liked it, and it'd be nice to discuss it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye!